Welcome to Ink Division. This episode is about the power of writing things down. My name is Diron Octavius Accoo. I'm a writer, public speaker, singer, comedian, and entrepreneur, amongst many other things. But I don't share these things to impress you. I share them to impress upon you that we all have greatness within us. As my mentor from afar, Les Brown, once said, and I repeat, you have greatness within you. So this channel exists to help you activate that greatness through one of the most overlooked yet powerful tools available to all of us, which is writing. So I'm originally from Asbury Park, New Jersey, and today I reside in Atlanta, Georgia. But like many people, my journey didn't start, excuse me, but like many people, my journey didn't start, with clarity. It started with curiosity, ambition, and movement. I initially came to Atlanta to pursue my music career as a singer and writer in an R&B group called Intake. So in the mid 90s, I had the opportunity to tour on promotional runs with several hip hop acts like Too Short, 8 Ball and MJG, Mystical, Criss Cross, and several others. But the success of this group was pretty modest, but the lessons were actually priceless. So after music, I attended Delaware State University on a partial track and field scholarship. But before that, my high school track and cross country teams won probably about 8 state championships, during my time there. So what athletics taught me was pretty simple. Discipline actually compounds. So daily effort matters even when no one is watching. So writing provided some breakthroughs for me in my life. So after returning to Atlanta and entering the workforce, I was working as a salesman for Verizon, selling websites at the time. And that's where a pivotal moment happened in my life. I actually met this gentleman who owned a magazine called Jador. He wasn't impressed by my sales pitch, but he was impressed with me. So that conversation led to an opportunity first in sales, but then a light bulb went off in my head that, I can actually write for this magazine. So every article that I submitted was actually published. Um, in 2007, I became a staff writer for Jador magazine, which opened doors to freelance work with other publications like Don Diva South, Feds, and other urban outlets. So these opportunities also led to interviews and editorials with entrepreneurs, athletes, and other entertainers and cultural icons, some of which you'll see displayed here on the screen. I later transitioned into sports talk radio with guest appearances on 1010 AM, 100 Yards of Football in Atlanta. That evolved into a co-hosting gig or a co-hosting spot with an online station called VVC Radio, which later led me to launching my own YouTube platform called The Diron O Show, and continuing to refine my voice through conversation, commentary, and storytelling. Although, I stepped away from professional writing for a period, working in merchandising and retail construction with national projects as a manager, one thing never left me: writing. So I've kept a journal since I was 11 years old. I've written my thoughts, my emotions, my ideas, my goals, my intentions, both short and long term. So writing became an anchor for me. Writing became, my reset button. Writing also, became my clarity tool. So these systems that I share on this channel, Ink Division, are not fluff. They're daily rituals that I've personally used to stay focused, stay organized, and to stay emotionally grounded and resilient through uncertainty. My success has not been linear, but writing has helped me center my emotions and overcome obstacles, maintain accountability, and create clarity when life, actually felt pretty chaotic. And it also helped me to build habits that supported success. So this channel is for anyone who wants to overcome life's obstacles, who also wants to bring clarity to uncertain moments, and who also wants to build discipline through simple daily practices and design a life intentionally, one page at a time. So, in closing, if you are ready to stop reacting to life and to start designing your life, then you're in the right place. And I want to just welcome you to Ink the Vision. I want to talk about the power of writing things down today. And I want to share something simple today, but very powerful. And this is not just motivation, and it's not like a hype video or anything like that. This is about a tool that has quietly shaped, some of the most successful people in history. And it's something that, almost anyone can start today, writing things down. So this isn't about journaling with perfection. It's about clarity, focus, and direction. So why does writing things down matter? It matters because most people actually keep their goals in their head, and the mind is powerful, but it's also crowded with all kinds of ideas. So when everything lives in your head, nothing has structure, and your ideas are actually competing with your emotions. Your goals are competing with distractions. And so writing actually gives clarity by changing that. Writing creates that clarity. And when you write something down, it stops the actual confusion and becomes defined. That clarity leads to focus, and that focus changes how you move throughout your day. It changes what you notice and also what you ignore. Over time, your focus changes behavior and your repeated behaviors, which creates results in your life by creating additional habits through your writing. Writing doesn't force your outcomes; it just simply aligns your actions with your intentions, and that alignment is where the progress begins. So, why writing actually works? You see, writing works because it organizes, your scattered thoughts. Most people are overwhelmed, and most of the overwhelm isn't just from too much responsibility, it's from too many unprocessed ideas. So writing forces and prioritizes. When you write, your mind actually slows down. It has to choose what matters. That process alone, creates relief. Writing also strengthens your memory. What's written is remembered differently than what's actually thought. But there's something deeper happening. Writing trains awareness. Once something is written, you begin to notice people, opportunities, and information connected to it. Not because the world actually changed or anything, but just because you focused on it. And just as important, writing actually filters distractions. And if it's not aligned with what you wrote, it stops pulling your energy. Your attention actually follows your vision. And so writing gives vision form. So how to use this daily? This only works if it stays simple. You don't need to have perfect handwriting. You don't need long paragraphs, and you don't need a special notebook. You can start writing outcomes and not emotions, what you want to experience, what you want to build, and what you want to move towards. You can keep it simple. You can take a notebook, you can use a whiteboard, or you can simply use a checklist, within your notebook or within your computer or even within your smartphone. Somewhere your eyes will land on it daily. You want to review what you've written every day and not judge yourself, but stay oriented, stay consistent. You want to adjust it weekly, and you want to also take actions in the direction of these things that matter more than, actually perfection. And more importantly, you want to act on at least one written item daily. Typically, I choose three, but just getting started, one will do just fine. So just take one action, one step, and one movement forward. These small actions compound, and over time, what initially felt intentional becomes natural. So this is how your vision becomes real, not through pressure, but through clarity and consistency, excuse me. So here at Ink Division, this will actually help you to move forward with your own intentions by simply writing things down. I hope that this powerful technique and strategy that has helped me so much in my life can help you to bring organization to your life, bring some accountability, and also to allow you to see the patterns and the things that keep coming up in your everyday living. So I want to thank you for tuning in to Ink Division. I'll continue to provide similar content, things that you can use, and try to keep it as simple as possible. Once again, please like, share, and subscribe. This is Diron Octavius for Ink Division. I'm out. Peace.